and attack Hepburn there as he was kind of rotating over. Another shot by Ashworth.
And they walled off Hepburn. A good job by Louisville to secure the rebound. That'll be a big part of their story today, with the 7-footer manning the middle and gobbling up most of those boards. There's Smith, guarded by Ashworth, back inside to Hepburn. He's got some post moves too. Wayne Smith lets it rain. How about that for a sign? His first shot. Look at Ashworth with the spin. Put some English on it. Edwards up ahead. Louisville right after the made basket. Bad pass. Green turns it over. 2-on-1. Edwards faked it, takes it, lays it in. It's no contest. Neal against Rain Smith. Hepburn finds Waterman.
Nice that time.
Our man Captain Crunch on that. Jared Greenberg, the king of the crunch. He'll have you covered. Edwards takes Sugic to the basket and lays it in. 3 blocks. It's not an overwhelming stat sheet, but everything is going through him and around him. As Edwards hits a off-balance 3.
This league's got to do a better job of handling the NIL and the transfer portal and get stronger. This conference for years was the best. And I'm telling you right now, it has taken a real hit.
Well, to your point, Louisville is Duke's first ranked opponent since December 4th when they faced number 2 Auburn.
Wow. You do your research.
I'll let you know. I'll chop it up to you, Dickie B.
Zone, man. 2-3 zone.
They already have had 7 lead changes in the championship. Hepburn. There for Scott.
On a drive. He really is. Got away maybe with a little charge right there.
Hey.
Bottom line is Hepburn got right in the gap of that zone. You got to get the gaps and seams in the zone. And also right behind the foul line area.
Edwards with a triple.
Off the soft touch on the last.
Zachary's open. That won't fall. Another rebound for Shefflin as he goes down the seat of his pants. And James Scott wearing that protective mask right out of The Dark Knight Rises. He got hit in the mouth in a game back in February, lost teeth and everything. And the Louisville JB School of Engineering built it for him, and he's up high for a foot up.
Missing on the opportunity.
Selmibe couldn't do it. Now on the turnover, as Scott's on the bench with 2 fouls. Hadley driving in, flips up 2.
Smart play, the rebound. Now an 8-2. Forgive me. The 4 second chance points for Clemson, but they've been all over the offensive glass throughout this game.
Hadley pounding it into the paint. Waterman decided not to shoot the long one. Shot clock is down to 10. Hepburn to drive and kick. Hadley launches, got it. His footing slipped a bit, got it back, and he scored it.
Smart play by Highbreeder. However, Hadley's able to get out and
Zachary gets it off quickly and airmailed by Clemson. Highbreeder trying to get back. Roos with the slam. And this is the
23-8 in the win over Cal last night. And Reynaud airballs a shot with James Scott in his face. Here's Noah Waterman. Looking like Rain Smith. His first on the offensive glass. Blakes. And it is an ugly start. Stanford is 0 for 4. Louisville 1 for 4.
Well, it started with some tough shots from Reynaud, and he's got to set the tone and be patient early.
Hepburn sets up Waterman again. He's got the first 2 threes. Now, they really struggled doing that against Cal yesterday. Reynaud flips it off the front of the rim. 9.5 minutes gone by. It's 9-7, and it's now 9-9. That is the
beat the offensive players to that spot.
Turnovers are 7-7 right now. 2 teams that usually take care of the ball well. Stanford on pace to set a school record for fewest turnovers a game. Waterman fighting tooth and nail inside. Highest Sellers, the USC transfer, has a baker's dozen.
Shooting 43% from the 3-point line. It also allows them to get their defense set.
Hepburn spins it out to Edwards. Leads away with a dozen for Louisville. Noah Waterman had 9. And here's Chucky. He's got 5 and he's got 4 assists. Maybe another. Yep. Yes, indeed. Rainbow 3! A skyscraper! A rainbow, and it's a 2-possession lead again. And now Scott finishes over him because Louisville's first double-digit deficit in the last 20 games. They can erase it here. Hepburn rolling. Hepburn! Big man! Players, and Reynaud will drive it. Floats it short. Boy, it looked like he pulled up wanting to avoid his 5th foul.
Sure did.
Hepburn. Hadley!
Catches the basketball on the block.
10 to shoot for Jalen Blakes. He's got Scott there. Hepburn the steal on the knockaway.
The ACC's leader in steals comes away with one early.
Louisville is not shy when it comes to offense. Here's Hepburn. On the drive, lob, Scott the catch and dunk.
You know the best part.
Get it to Sellers. Blakes. Hard drive in traffic. And the rebound for Scott. James Scott coming off the oral fracture against Miami earlier this month, playing with a brand new Hannibal Lecter mask. Hadley out of the corner, and there's the second.
As we see Reynaud get the tip in and making a 10-point game. You come to a shoot around. Pat Kelsey almost has me feeling like I could play basketball again.
And then you remember how sore you are.
I remember. I just had a hip replacement 6 months ago.
Here's Roos on the drive. Kenai Roos is actually 17 and 11 on his 6th field goal.
But every time he catches the basketball, he sees red jerseys all around him. The Cardinals trying to force him to kick it out and make someone else beat them.
Blake's defending Hepburn. Hadley against Agarwal. 4 to shoot. Chucky lobs for Scott.
That's his chemistry.
Shooter.
But look at that graphic.
Yeah.
66% of their points, 49.4 points per game, come from either in the paint or the free throw line. That shows it's not a very good shooting team.
Hepburn on the drive. Feeds Traore. 10 to shoot. DJ on the drive. Blocked by Waterman. Here goes Hadley in the cards. Hepburn back for Javon Hadley. During the free throws of Javon Blacksher, Katie Kresnick, the Louisville trainer, who's should be getting time and a half for the work she's had to do here this year, was out tending to Chucky Hepburn like the fight doctor in the corner. There's Scott off the Hepburn feed. Will give away. Campbell. This is Wilkinson for 3 and off the mark.
And he just has not had a strong performance in this game. You're talking about an all-rookie member. Will be for Wilkinson, averaging 20 points a game in his starts the last 11 games coming into this one.
And there's the dunk by Roos. Uh-oh. Cramp for Wilkinson. Nope. Turned over by Cal. Here's
this going up.
There it is. Lob.
And, you know, you mentioned the energy. I think any team, winning team, the energy is a given. I think with Pat Kelsey and his player, it's the communication. Both the verbal and the nonverbal. Like, there was not one negative body language moment in that workout today. To settle for Mish Leggett.
Corhane comes back in. Been out since the 9:28 mark. He's on Hadley right now, but nobody's on Scott. Have led the way. Edwards of 23, Hepburn 37, and there's a steal. Edwards down the floor. Chucky will give it to Hadley.
Here for James Scott. He's 4th in the country. There's a lob for Lawau. It got deflected. And here's a look ahead for Edwards. Layup in transition.
He brings, and that resonates with players. They appreciate that.
It's probably a big factor in the success he's had here in year 1, too, with Louisville.
100%.
How about that? Hepburn on a drive for the freshman from Orlando.
It looks like the Hokies are out of the game, but they're not out of the game. They just got to make a couple plays.
Here's Scott. Ball screen for Hepburn. Waterman a 3. Got it.
That's why he's in the game. He's in the game. And this Mike Young is a very good coach. He's kept his team in this game.
9-0 run by Virginia Tech to draw to within 2 of number 19 Louisville, and what a lob from Hepburn. Donner with 4 to shoot. Hands to Tyler Johnson. He'll spin on Hepburn. Left it on the front rim.
Good defense. Not much you could do in 9 seconds.
4-point lead for Louisville. 4:18 to play. Cards trying to stay in the race with Clemson behind Duke, who won earlier tonight at Miami. Tigers host Notre Dame tomorrow night at Littlejohn. Edwards a 3-ball. Got it.
That's the first one off the bench for the Hokies. That's a lot. But the points in the paint, Louisville's got 42. That's in the turnover points. That's really the story. It's almost surprising it's that close. It's only close because of all the threes.
Here is Hadley with 11 to shoot. 4-point game and to work against Burnham. Into the corner, Edwards another 3, and it's good.
The shot doesn't.
Leagues involved, but they've got to establish Ewan early as well.
Yeah, Ewan has been on quite a roll here. He had 24 points against Miami, was 10 of 10. Here's Scott. Talk about it being a dunking machine.
Was Hill called for the foul on Smith.
They're going to leave Jackson for the time being into the game. Although it looks like Daquan Davis is now making his way to the scorer's table. Open 3, the second 3 of the game.
I asked you at halftime what stuck out. You said Notre Dame's got to get Tay Davis going.
Well, he's too important to what they do. And Marcus Burton can't carry it by himself. You've got to have
Davis all the way to the cup, banks it in. Traore in transition, bucket plus a... This is Konechny driving, falling away over Hadley, left it short. Louisville running again.
Immediately he was looking for Rain Smith, and Marcus Burton did a good job of picking him up.
This time he finds Hadley for a corner. Burton steps through, kicks, Konechny spots up, no. Hadley again, back-to-back threes for Hadley.
Defense has really improved for Louisville. One of the reasons they sit at 18-6 overall as you check out the full starting 5. An entirely new team, of course, this year. For Pat Kelsey, Hadley is one of 4 in double figures. Edwards was awesome, didn't come off the floor on Saturday. Gave it up back up top to the Wisconsin transfer, Chucky Hepburn. Late shot clock again. Weave the pass underneath for Scott.
That's as Chucky Hepburn all season.
Nearly a turnover, and it is from Marcus Hill. Hepburn gave it up. Smith, the sniper, buries it.
You have to make good decisions in that short roll, and Ben Middlebrooks made a good decision.
Hepburn spun it out. Waterman, who's always got that high motor, ran it down. Playing through a broken thumb that has 4 pins in it. 93 in the black. Noah Waterman, the 6th-year senior. Late shot clock. This is Hepburn. Backs it out. Edwards hoists, and he hits.
To managers, to everyone on the bench, to keep their focus and to bring their level high. Bring a high level to the 40 minutes.
Good drop off, and Traore lays it in. So a dozen now for Edwards off that sweet feed from James Scott. Hepburn poked it away, and here's Scott.
That's a dunk.
McNeil scores the tough mid-range shot. Hey, you heard Sean and Coach Greenberg talking about it at halftime, that they were saying top 20 wooden players, and that Chucky Hepburn deserves mention there. Not just top 10 point guards with the Bob Cousy. He skipped it for Hadley, who cans the 3.
This season, it's just been amazing what he's done in such a quick turnaround. And not just get Louisville back, but have them back and winning in a way that's just fun to watch. Chucky Hepburn's only shooting 33%. I can close out late. As we've seen so far the first half, no, you can't. You got to get up and get out there and guard him. Oh, and by the way, he leads the ACC in assists by breaking it down and creating for himself and teammates.
Hepburn, the hot hand early, passes this one off, and it's another triple. So Boston College very short-handed in the front court. Rain Smith knocks down the triple. That's what
contact there, and the tip goes in. Very active is Soiree.
And that's what you want for if you're Damon Stoudemire. You want your bigs in Soiree and Dongo to be active on those offensive boards. That last time, good penetration by George. Soiree cleaning it up.
It's amazing how many injuries have hit both of these teams.
Go!
And the alley-oop slam.
A little bit because that's somebody that can stay and out-physical him in the sense.
Smith has not made a three until now.
But here's the thing, is this how...
Shot clock at 4. This is Edwards. And then an offensive rebound. They love doing that. Getting an offensive rebound and kicking it back out for a potential three. Alley-oop. What the dunk, but
I mean, you look at the skill set for him at 6'5". I mean, this is the guy that we talk about, percentage points behind Hepburn and assists. And then you look at his ability to pick up scoring. We talked about the fact that last game in a loss against Notre Dame had 20 points.
Open three ball. Bang on the other end by... Gonna have to force it up there. That's a good defensive effort right there by the Cardinals. And here comes Louisville the other way. And a lay-in is good.
For the Demon Deacons, even though he doesn't score big, he makes plays.
Salas underneath, had it raked out of there by Edwards, and here's the Ville with the turnover and a lead for Hadley. Utility knife for Steve Forbes, isn't he?
He absolutely is. Does it all. Has been much more of an aggressive factor on the offensive end of the floor this year. Didn't have his best game against Duke last time out, but looking forward to a big road contest here tonight.
Edwards works off a screen. Here's Scott at the top. His offensive game has really evolved here for Louisville.
You want to talk about high praise. Yeah. Pat Kelsey said he's his favorite player that he's coached in 20-plus years.
There's Scott.
Hunter Salas winning on the second possession.
And both these guys are, both these teams, physical teams. They're going after each other. There's nothing easy out there tonight.
Hepburn on a back door. Scott!
For the Demon Deacons on the road.
Hadley blocked by Salas. What a rejection.
But how about Hunter Salas not only the block?
Ripped out of there by Scott. Spillers cleans up. Fredrickson a three. Boy, it's been a hard road for Fredrickson now. 12 of 63 from behind the line. And one of his last 9.
For this Louisville squad, with him out injured.
Cosby missing front rim on a three.
You don't really make shots when you go on the road. They cannot make shots. They stop Wake 4 times, and they haven't made a shot to close it.
Scott knocking down the jump shot. 11 for Hunter Salas, who's got 10 games of 20 or more.
But look at Chucky Hepburn pushing the tempo on the other end.
Look at that.
Yes, I did.
I know that you absolutely have said more than enough to Roger Ayers.
You need to wake up.
Smith out of the corner, and he's back to work.
Igutolu, big size advantage, no double team, goes a little too strong off the glass. Cardinals with it, up 3-0 early. Hepburn's got the three. He's 6'2", 190 pounds, a junior from Omaha, Nebraska, and he helps to set up Florida Panhandle. It's amazing the amount of snow that the southern United States along the Gulf Coast has gotten in the last 24 hours.
Well, on the East Coast, that's like summertime, the snow, but around this area, certainly.
You would think, of course he doesn't have to, but you'd be surprised how many places don't have it. He doesn't have to coach playing hard. His guys get it, and they play hard on both ends. Smith on the receiving end of the...
In that time by Louisville.
And Scott is one of the 3 players for Louisville who followed Pat Kelsey from the College of Charleston, along with Rain Smith. There's the big man again with his second dunk.
But it's their balance offensively. 4 or 5 guys in double digits on any given night. And then defensively, really, they've made it difficult for SMU right now. SMU 0-6 from the three-point line.
Hepburn now is
any space, he's going to make you pay. It's as simple as that.
Hoopy Miller, again, another point-blank opportunity for the terrific point guard from Chicago that has been missed.
Yeah, again, he's gotten opportunities. Really not much other to say than he's just missed some layups.
11 field goals. Harris under control on the post. The former Butler Bulldog trying to assert himself. Boopie Miller remains on the SMU bench, still without a point, and then SMU kicks it out to Boopie Miller. From the corner, B.J. Edwards off the mark. 4:20 remaining in the half. It's been all Louisville from the start here on the road at Moody Coliseum. Looking very much at home. Javon shot. And as a matter of fact, in a playful free throw shooting contest earlier today with the injured Kaysen Pryor, 11-year-old Johnny got the better of him.
I think he's got better form than Doug Sherman.
Hey, now.
I've seen you shoot jump shots, and I'll tell you what, I'm taking him over you any day of the week.
Now, you could have taken him without throwing me under the bus. I'd be okay with that. I'd take Rain Smith.
Louisville elected not to double, and he was able to go to work. Now, let's see if they can put together a couple of stops on the defensive end.
Rain Smith back out to James Scott. Get the ball back into the hands of Chucky Hepburn. Lob it inside. The defender had his back turned, and that's the have a miraculous comeback. It would be their first quad one win of the year and probably put them on the right side of the bubble, but they have so far laid an egg. Transition defense is something that SMU little fadeaway. He says Larry Bird's his guy. That's why he wears number 33. That had a little flair of Larry Legend back in the day.
Yeah, and that's a heads-up play. Again, that's something they can go back to. Again, in that situation, try to create some mismatch. See if you can force Louisville to double and then maybe potentially start hitting some threes. But again, I think that's going to be part of the solution. The other end is right here, trying to get some stops against this Louisville team.
Chucky Hepburn, shot clock at 3. Hadley. Let's see if they give an assist on that. An opportunity for a couple of big resume boosting wins this week at home. And you know the Joel Coliseum is rocking tonight, and it'll be rocking on Saturday when the Blue Devils come. Another dunk for James.
Downs, those bigs and wings do a great job freeing him up for these looks.
27 points for Rain Smith. Now starting to say how Coach Kelsey changes the volume of how he talks to his players. Goes almost to a whisper to further make sure that he has his players' attention.
There were a lot of things that we saw, just in his approach that were different. And got a little distracted though because Chucky Hepburn seems to be okay now.
Assist number 4. He would be impactful transferring from Wisconsin. Again, a 3-year starter for the Badgers. But I don't think people outside of Louisville thought he'd have this kind of impact.
Yeah, I mean, all Big Ten defensive team. I don't think many saw the offensive output and impact that he would have on this unit. Again, he just makes them a very difficult team to match up with because of that right there.
Some efficiency. Hadley had it knocked away. Hepburn hoists it at the end of the shot clock. It didn't graze the iron, and it's kept alive by Hadley. Louisville, a tenacious offensive rebounding team, one of the country's best. And Hadley will give it back to Hepburn. The Colorado transfer. Hadley with a 3. Cannon thrown to Saunders. In the corner, it's a 3 for McNeely. And rebounded by Scott. It's the guy you want taking a shot for UVA. They're all-time leaders in three-point percentage, 3rd best. That's the guy you want taking the shot at your Louisville.
Making it can really impact the mind. And I think we're starting to see that with Isaac McNeely. There's so much pressure on him to make threes, and he just doesn't have it going.
Smith. Rain Smith. And Roots.
And watch Rain Smith on under out of bounds. They love going to him.
Hepburn. Welcome to Scott, too.
Yeah, well, if it's
and yet here they are, winners of 7 straight, alone in 2nd in the ACC. Looking for all the world like a tournament team. Hepburn lobs it, and you know
to lose, you start to shoot a little more freely. Louisville's got to get back to attacking the basket.
Hadley back on the floor for Edwards. Louisville's injury woes continue. Looks like Edwards is having the left knee checked out. Smith gets free. Smith hits his fourth three. Good hustle plays. Brody with a three. Robinson got a hand to it, overjumped it, and he's late to get back into the play. So 5-on-4 for Hepburn. Sets up the three. It's good from the corner for Roos to hit a three. He had 33 straight games with a made three. He might be at back-to-back games without one. Another rip away by Hepburn. Traore spinning and winning.
Taylor the extra pass. Moore will try from the right side, and again it rattles out.
And just giving the ball to Eddie Lampkin early, not only scoring the basketball, but he has a high IQ. He's able to make good passes, and you see right there, good opportunity from Syracuse. Moore just not able to knock it down.
Hepburn able to get the pass.
I think that was the beauty of Coach Boeheim. He really gave his guys freedom just to go ahead and play and be themselves.
We are here alongside Jim Boeheim Court as his alma mater is hosting Louisville. Noah Waterman into the game. And the upstate New York. He was just a kid coming with family members. His older brother Seth would bring him annually as like a Christmas gift. Wonderful lob.
Doug, if I'm Syracuse, I'm continuing to look for Chris Bell, and that's not a good shot by Bell right there, but you know he's hit 2 early threes. You want to continue to look for him and see if he can continue that streak.
Jaquan Carlos into the game trying to defend Hepburn. Good ball movement by as J.J. Starling puts it on the deck. Still looking for his first points. I told Kim, I said, my cousins, the Benning boys, would have gone to high school at Clyde Savannah with you back in the day. And she, without batting an eyelash, said, I used to cheat off your cousin Dan during French class. How about that?
In all my time that I've been in Syracuse, I have never heard of Savannah Clyde, so I appreciate that.
It's Clyde Savannah.
Or Clyde Savannah.
Yeah.
See, there you go.
Lately, they have passed every test. Jaquan Carlos gets the start in the second half instead of Elijah Moore, who only played a couple of minutes in the first half as a starter, and we haven't seen him since. Rain Smith.
Cincinnati is one of those cities where tough, hard-nosed guy. You know he's going to go out there and compete. Doesn't matter the skill level. He's going to go out there and give everything he has.
Edwards nails the three.
And has one of those games, just overall, just 2 really good defensive teams, played really hard.
Hepburn off the steal. Numbers for Louisville. Watch out. Smith from down. Come on. Damian Dunn. Man on a mission. Traore open. And early in the second half.
No doubt this game's going down to the wire.
Low off the mark. Well defended by the lengthier Edwards. Smith. Bang! Today in a game shortened by his foul trouble. Hepburn with the steal.
Where's number 6? You got to
pitch
find
back. Smith. Yes, sir.
Got to keep an eye on where number 6 is. He's going to be involved in the play in some way.
There he is for 3. Got it from downtown. Here comes Hepburn, getting the call from the sideline by Pat Kelsey.
Watch some type of action again. Rain Smith, slip here.
Smith! Oh, yeah! Wins, one against UNC and then on the road against Virginia in the last week. They've moved squarely into the conversation as Traore wins it back to the Cards.
To finish that point, they jumped 21 spots since the North Carolina win at home and the Virginia win on the road.
First time since 1990 the Cards winning in Charlottesville. 5 to shoot for Hepburn. Into Traore. That's rejected by Lockett, but they're going to count it and say that he interfered.
Second best by percentage in the league.
Hadley, there's your offensive rebound.
Got the switch. Little clear out for Chucky.
And Hadley pays it up.
Time at
couple of times. What do you want to see from the Cards here? Final 6 in the first half.
Looking for them to get downhill and get to the free throw line. Clemson has done an excellent job on Rain Smith.
Highbreeder on him right now, chasing him around the floor. Hadley a 3. Got it. And stops the score. Right place, right time with a putback.
5 offensive rebounds for Clemson.
Oh, yeah, James Scott on the floater. There, Chucky Hepburn hit a couple free throws. Louisville got the ball back, scored again. Hadley had a season-high 18 in the first half. Tipped by Wiggins, 10 to shoot for Waterman.
Chucky does such a good job coming back to the ball on a late clock.
Waterman lasers it over.
He's made 10 triples. You got to respect it. See, Louisville's not going to guard Zachary outside the three-point line.
Did hit one in the first half. Has not been a great three-point shooter this season. Hepburn spinning. Walled off by Wiggins. 3 for Hadley. Give him. Wiggins for 3. Home run pass. Bang from Traore.
Jacob Kofi's free throw has given Virginia its first lead of the game. Kofi to the bench. Blake Buchanan is checked in, and he commits his first foul of the game. And just off the bench
from behind, that's certainly encouraging if you're a Cavaliers fan.
Elijah Saunders, a career-high 22 points in that win on New Year's Eve. 7 straight points for Virginia. That run.
He's back home, and he always talked about this was the next step in his basketball journey, if you will, coming back to coach. And I think it's pretty cool, but watch your head.
Look at the drawn-up play out of the time.
James Scott realizes that he can come down and help at the end of the shot clock. When you're a smaller guard and you have to switch off like that, just maintain your verticality and your physicality when switched off on a bigger player.
Hepburn turning the corner, finds the cutter. Abubakar. He gets off the ground in a hurry. Neely trying to get free, catch, shoot, off the mark. And Scott able to save the rebound. Here's Hepburn again. A hop in his step. Louisville by 6. Hepburn just working on Ames inside the paint. Finds the cutter again 2 times in a row. Traore, 3s already today. Around the Kofi screen. Gets some daylight, can't finish. Saunders trying to corral it. And here comes Edwards. Hepburn always looking to make something happen. Finds the cutter in the corner. Smith got wide open in the glass.
And Virginia, not an offensive rebounding team by nature. They like to retreat, get back on defense, but I mean, the glass has been completely controlled by Louisville.
39-25, 13-6 on the offensive boards. Cardinals closing strong. They're on a 10-2 run, pulling away late. Hepburn around the defender, slip pass inside. Scott couldn't handle, but still fit.
Well, North Carolina is second in the league in fast break points at 16 a game. It's an emphasis for Pat Kelsey's team. Transition defense is plan A and 1A and 1B. The other thing for North Carolina is you got to guard the three-point line against Louisville. The 53% of the shots they take are outside the arc. A lot of pressure on you up the floor. They have great speed in the backcourt. They run the floor hard and wide.
Great pass, Chucky Hepburn. And
Jay Davison making him turn him into a passer.
Hepburn lobs it up. James Scott, and
just
then
like that.
Pass it off. Drake Powell the finish, but it was all set up by Cadeau's drive. The lob. He's always at the rim. Davis, pull up, pop. No good.
Oh, this is going up.
And in! Rain Smith!
I'd say it took the communication away from North Carolina. It's so loud in here.
An awesome atmosphere in college basketball that has returned after a couple of seasons in the basement. Can they close out this win here at home? Smith a three. Got it! Shot clock down to 3. Driving on Jackson. Leaves it short. Offensive rebound. Keeps it with Louisville.
Cadeau's got 4.
Hepburn hands it off. James Scott.
and I have both been through that with our kids. Waterman. And they needed that, and he's going to be closer. They missed the front end of a 1-and-1 and a layup on their last two possessions of the first half. The visiting Cards will get the first look at it here in half number 2. Louisville 6-4, Kentucky 9-1. They had gotten it down to 3 a couple of minutes ago, but now they've turned it over 3 times in their last 5 possessions, and Kentucky's got it back to 10.
Yeah, one of the turnovers led to the Terrence Edwards foul, and then gave up an open bucket.
Maybe the cleanest look that Reigns finished. Garrison with a terrific pass.
He was getting top locked off that zoom action and cut right back.
Hadley from Hepburn at the 3. It was a quick shot, but it's all good when it goes down. Waterman at the other end.
You know, you have Chucky, Hepburn, and outside of that, you know, it's not many guys that can really create shots for themselves. So losing core and score.
He's only taken 2 shots. Horton in. Horton a 3-pointer off the mark. Hadley with it. Hadley comes down the court to Hepburn. Chucky likes his matchup, goes to the basket, but kind of comes back around now as got a man wide open. Hadley under the bucket. It over to Hepburn. Heads up play by Rain Smith.
It's a great box out by James Scott. Even though he didn't get the rebound, he didn't let Derek Hamilton get it.
Scott with the bucket. His ankle. Camper to the bucket. Hadley with he just bothered him right at the bucket, and Hepburn took an eye roof.
Get on the roof, young fella.
Edwards into Hepburn. Hepburn, Hadley, Smith, Edwards, and Scott. Rain Smith, a 3-pointer.
15-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock.
All right, so Chucky Hepburn is going to bring it across midcourt.
If you're Louisville, you want to wind this thing all the way down. You want to start your offense at about 11, 10 seconds.
They started at 12. Scott. Chucky comes back and gets it. Inside to Scott for the dunk. Hepburn to Scott. Already the team that forces the most in the nation. Waterman with a 3. Off the mark. Hadley with it. Back out to Hepburn, and Chucky tries to work down. He does underneath the chain. Scott for the dunk.
James is stripped. And here comes Hepburn with numbers. Smith, the 3.
No. So I like the warning. I'm sure the head of officials doesn't like the warning, but I do. It fits with your MO.
It does. Going against the grain a little bit. That's a 3 for Rude. Across the country, very happy that SMU, despite their loss to Clemson last night, is in the playoff field.
I mean, we've said it before. I love going down to SMU. I've been there a lot when they were in the American. Really interesting to see what they'll do in the ACC. One thing I do know is if finances matter, they have it to compete.
Hadley ends the scoring right around Smith.
Knippel's so good he doesn't have to leave his feet. Just uses his body, creates contact, absorbs other contact, and barely has to leave his feet to finish.
Oh, what is that? Magic trick by Hepburn. See, in the country, according to Ken Pop. Foster off the mark. And another rebound by James Scott. Roots from the corner hits.
His head down, went right to the basket, and Malik Diaz got his first basket.
Wes, it's like a broken record. That's what they're doing every time. They're putting their heads down, driving past their men, and getting to the basket.
Lead is 8 here for the Rebels. Hepburn inside Scott to catch it flush. 17 to shoot. Matthew Morrell into the corner. 3 ball from Barnes. Bounds away. Roos. Inside Hadley. Score the goal. Second field goal.
Than they did in the first few games of the year. Here's what we're talking about. Particularly Cason Pryor being out. That has forced Louisville to make adjustments to almost every position.
Here's Hadley. 10 to shoot for Hepburn. Thought about it. Put it on the deck. Right back inside. Nice playmaking. Traffic. Up goes Davis for the basket. 15 for Davis now on his 7th field goal.
And they continue to wear the Cardinals out inside.
Yep. Scott now for Hepburn. Here's Waterman going to work. Got caught in a double down there. Davis helped out. Here's Hepburn skipping for Smith. 3 ball away.
10 steals per game. Ball security for the Sooners at the top of the list on the scouting report.
Hepburn picks up the dribble. Pryor in the corner launches a long one and knocks down his first triple. How about Hepburn? He comes off steals. And then he really led them against West Virginia offensively in overtime. 32 points for the game, a career high. So far, it's been rough sledding for him in the championship game. Pryor with a difficult angle, banks it in. Fears. He goes up with the bigs, and that was not a good idea there.
Not at all.
Waterman right in his face. He's 6'11". Hepburn. Smith way downtown. Got it! And Ben. Got it! That's a big time shot by Taylor.
He and Moore have been so good. Playing off of 2 feet from 8 feet and in.
64-59 the Sooners. Hadley. Yes! A huge 3. Javon Hadley, the senior.
As long as West Virginia's scoring, there's no transition opportunity for Louisville. They're getting back, setting their D. There's another mismatch.
Or they go to work on Tenor again. Count it. 12-10, and they have erased an 11-point deficit. There's had a steal. Hepburn making plays. Pryor drives. Got it. And into the starting lineup, replacing James Scott. As you check out today's lineups, brought to you by Bad Boy Mowers. Now there's a look at the Louisville starting 5 for Pat Kelsey, the first-year head coach.
Cason Pryor has led the team in scoring most of the season from the bench. You'll see how he gets going here today early.
Hepburn with the drive and the
there, and let's see if Louisville adjusts their coverages on him. They got to get better ball pressure, take vision away from the inside, and they got to turn Ballo into a passer. He only has 6 assists on the season.
Hepburn, some substitutions. Rain Smith, another 3-point shooter. The lefty on the way, and he's got it.
Defender he is inside.
Stops at Gonzaga and Arizona, and now Indiana. That's Bryson Tucker, their terrific 5-star recruit. The freshman getting his first look. Waterman unattended. Got it. For Indiana, the double team immediately to Ballo. They'll kick it back outside. And the 3 no good from Kane and Carlisle.
No outlet. It is run the floor hard and wide.
Hepburn probes, finds Waterman looking for a third 3. He's got it. And then a Hoosiers at 4-0, 14 in the country. Louisville at 3-1 under their new head coach. It's Pat Kelsey starting a new era. And they'll score in the lane as well. Here's Hepburn with Rice defending. Terrific point guard showdown. Hepburn has had the best of it so far. Looking for the behind-the-back assist.
Hepburn is controlling the whole game on the offensive end for Louisville. There's a steal by Hepburn.
5-on-1. Hepburn. Pryor! Inside the
Listen,
line.
Ben.
Rarely does he go in there.
313 career triples, 55 twos. You know where he's going to be. The question is, can you stop him? And he and Waterman both with 4 threes apiece today. Hepburn. Lob inside, waited for Ballo to in charge. That's a triple, and now another takeaway. Oh, he missed. No, I thought he missed his man, but finally found him. Stop for another lay-in, and that. Full court pressure by the Hoosiers, trying to deny Hepburn, and he still gets away from the double team. Hepburn, another lob, assist number 10.
And a shot and a bucket there from Jolly on the 3rd attempt. And Winthrop takes the lead over Louisville.
Winthrop just fighting for the ball. They're a step faster. They're just wanting it more.
Alley to Hepburn. Scott with it. Scott with the dunk. Louisville trying to get.
That's a lot of free throws, Sheldon.
It is. He misses that one, and Rain Smith comes away with it. That's just their 4th free throw of the night. Smith. A 3-ball from Rain Smith. Waterman to Hepburn. Chucky misses the 3. But Louisville gets an offensive rebound. So the Cards get an offensive rebound, just their 3rd one of the evening. Hepburn to Scott. James Scott to the rim. Without its leading scorer, Jack Karazinski, 18.3 points. He is out tonight with a back injury, so their injury as well. Cason Pryor gets out there, gets his first shot. Different things, and they really honed in on that on the scouting report today. And I know he likes to see those little things.
He does. He's very big on details and taking care of things that you're supposed to, especially when you're going over with scouting. In the first half, and they only had 6 assists. Usually when you see a team shoot a very high percentage, it usually associates with a lot of assists.
Edwards goes up and gets that rebound. Edwards over to Hepburn. He saves it like a safety with an interception there. Edwards back on the wing. Terrence Edwards is stuck. Bellarmine. Johnson deep. That one. Scott on the floor to get it for his 4th rebound of the night. Hepburn to Scott. One thing about this team, they are not selfish. Smith with the bucket. Hepburn. Chucky to Cason's pass.
On the run out, lays it up and in. And so there is the latest example of just that pressure tight defense. So Tennessee has now blocked 3 shots, 4 steals. Traore now with the strong drive. Extra pass to Waterman. He's got an open look. Count it. And the foul.
3-point line, down what was it, 47-32. I mean, you got to try to get some open looks. You got to be able to knock down some 3-point shots. It's getting later in the game, and speaking of it right there,
straight on 3 for Rain Smith.
To calm this team down and get them into their sets, but Louisville just has to do a better job of taking advantage of those turnovers that they're creating.
Louisville has struggled on this end of the floor. 25% shooting. Rain Smith from distance knocks down another. His to Kai Ziegler, and then look at the flip. That's, you don't often see 9 turnover first half. He's got a resolve that I know that's impressed you.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of guards, even after 4 or 5 turnovers, just shut down, and their aggressiveness is no more in the game. And Zakai Ziegler, he's just showing the confidence that he has. He's the heart of a lion, continuing to be aggressive, continuing to look for growth.
It was a great contest, and Brelford's going to be the one. He's going to be hunting shots. Anytime he gets the ball, he's going to be a threat to try to put the ball in the basket.
James Scott,
Moorhead State 3 for 28 in the first half. And the Cardinals with some balanced scoring as well.
Hepburn. And they'll start it off the same way in the second.
White. Moorhead already with 3 field goals in this half. It's the same amount they had in the entire first half. Fire with an easy bucket there. You shoot a pretty good percentage when you dunk everything.
You do.
And another one. James